everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fire Up. Jeremy, it's you and me.
Yeah, what? I remember days like this.
I know, but it's been a while, hasn't it?
I think
So
when we first started, like 2 years ago, we did a few shows like this.
I think
When
we
we
did
first
too.
started doing this on Thursdays, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
Me too. Me too. Life
And
happens, and so that's right now what's happening right now. So Samir, as most of you know, he's a college student, and you know finals are right around the corner here. So he is studying for finals right now. But oh, there's
got
Mr.
Will in
Will.
the chat.
Wow, I
Hey,
haven't talked to Will in a long time. Hi, Will. Hope all is well with you. Um, but yeah, so it's you and me, Jeremy. Adam's working, and so life happens, and so does your Lions are playing right now.
and they are taking it to Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. We're
Although
seeing
they just let
pressure.
they just let him they just let
That's
him
okay.
score.
From the 2 yard line, I'm okay with it. They finally got down there. Overall, we forced an interception. We forced two fumbles. Not including that one that you were just talking about. Before that, we had two fumbles where we got the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
We were up 20-9 at the half. They scored and made it 16-27 after the interception equaled a touchdown to one rookie named Mr. Isaac Tesla from 12 yards out from Jared Goff. How about this for a stat line? He averages 18 snaps a game. He gets maybe 3 targets a game. He's had 9 targets, 7 catches, and 3 touchdowns in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, four. Because yeah, he got one last week. So 4 touchdowns on 7 receptions.
That's crazy. That means more defenses need to watch him, even though they don't throw it to him too often, but when they do, watch out.
Well, for his first 3 catches were all one-handed. We didn't get to see him do a two-handed catch till his second touchdown he caught.
Mm. I think they just showed CD Lamb being walked to the locker room, I believe. So that's never a good sign. We never want injuries for any players, whether they're playing for our team or the
Nope.
opponent. So you never want to see that. So we hope it's nothing serious. But Dallas, this game for both of you guys, both teams really need it. Like you both are right now on as of the playoff picture, you both are out looking in. You want in. Uh, tough, tough game going in. Dallas has been riding a pretty hot hand, but Detroit's had injuries. You guys have been injured, and I think that's part of
A lot.
what's been going on lately for you guys.
Oh, yeah. The injuries are mounting up. Kirby Joseph was almost able to play today, and because of his knee being what it is, it's a non-healing type of cartilage tear that he has, and it's a partial tear. So he has some options. He put on a big knee brace. He was limited in practice 2 days, and they just said, you know what? We probably don't need you this week. Then 3 plays in, we have Thomas Harper hit his helmet against somebody's thigh pad and get his bell rung and goes out for the game. And Avante Maddox and Rock Ya-Sin comes in, and it's like, okay, it's not really missing anything. It's the same people. At this point, I'm going to say no. I want to bench DJ Reed and bring in Nick Whiteside. I Reed is not good at man coverage. He's fine in zone, but he even left too soft of a zone on CD in that second half, which equaled their third field goal because he gave a 4 yard cushion, and when he went for the tackle, he dove at his legs. And you can't dive at an elite wide receiver's legs and expect to tackle.
No, no. Um,
Will says he hopes to talk to you soon, Candy.
I see that. I see that. Will, I hope so too. You haven't been in our chat room in a long time, so it's good to see you uh, out
But
there.
great game on Thanksgiving for you. It was a great game overall. Yes, it did not end in the Lions' favor, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna win 4 out of these 5, and we're well on our way in this one.
Yeah, the Packers have to take care of business. They've these last 6 weeks we play the uh we play our
Bears twice,
division. We play the Bears twice. We play the Vikings again, and we have the Broncos and the Ravens, I believe.
and
So not easy.
Ravens might be starting Huntley this week. I don't know who they're playing. I'd have to look at my schedule real quick that I got. But the Ravens may not have Lamar Jackson. He was a limited practice yesterday and no practice today.
Yeah, we play the
So
Bears
I just like to
at
be
home
real.
this week. It's going to be
Yeah, you guys
they're
play the
saying
Bears at home,
yeah, cold
and
game. It's supposed to
they're
be
not going to be. It's not. It's almost like a home game for them. Cold and windy. That's what it is in Chicago this time of year.
Yep.
But the Ravens are at home and they're facing the Steelers at 1 o'clock. And I originally picked Baltimore on my pick'ems yesterday, but that was before I found out the news about Lamar Jackson today. That's the horrible part about doing a Wednesday show with your pick'ems because you can't always get the proper
Right.
injury report.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I would say one of the biggest surprises for me this year, or this season, I should say, have been the Panthers. I can't believe um
They're tied for first in their division.
I know. I still can't believe that. Although don't tell Jen
Uh,
that because that's her
hey,
team.
if Jen watched my pregame show, I said, don't be surprised if the Panthers take second place because I have no faith in Raheem Morris.
Let's see.
And, and
Do the Panthers play this week? I think they have a bye.
this is their
They
bye
have a
week.
bye this
So
week.
so if the Bucks handle business and win versus the Saints as they should, they'll have a half game lead over the Saints. And it'll come down to when they play each other.
And I guess the other surprises are kind of, I would say, the Patriots, obviously, and I would say the Seahawks. I don't know that any of us thought we knew the Patriots would be much improved. I thought since Vrabel, um, but who would have thought first place, um, 11-2. Uh, they have one of the best records. 11-2 is the best record in the NFL right now. Who would have guessed that for the Patriots? And let's see, who do they play this weekend? They play the Bills. No, they have a bye this week. They have a bye this week. So the Patriots have a bye. Um, let's see who else. What are some of the other games this week? What games are you looking forward to this week, Jeremy?
Which one?
Besides
Pro or
tonight? Pro. We'll do pro first.
the pro games? Well, let's see. I just had it open. Let me open it up again. All right. I am interested in the Pittsburgh versus Baltimore game because that ultimately may decide first place in the division. Uh, Seattle at Atlanta, I have no interest in. You have I called one of these bad games with two bad teams lined up, but we have two of them back to back, and they're on at the same time. So it depends where you live if you get them or not. You got Miami at New York Jets, and then you got New Orleans. Tennessee at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
These are four bad teams facing each other, and because they're home, I'm picking Cleveland and the Jets because Miami
Okay,
never wins in the cold.
that's
Uh,
true.
but a good matchup is Indianapolis at Jacksonville. With
Mm-hmm.
the injury to Sauce Gardner, you may see Jacksonville pull this one out at home. And of course, your game because of the implications in the division.
Right, of course. Yes.
That's another good one. Do you realize that Minnesota is actually favored versus Washington, and it was just announced that Jaden Daniels may play for the first time this week since his injury?
Wow. That's crazy.
Another good one is the Bengals versus Buffalo. Neither team is playing good defense, and Bengals are getting on a roll now that Burrow's back.
Mhm.
And then you have the number one defense in the league, Houston Texans, playing in Kansas City at Arrowhead. Give me the Texans. Down with Chief Frog Throat.
The Chiefs haven't been the same this year at all.
At all.
I mean, we've talked about it numerous times how there's been more parity in the NFL this year, and on any given Sunday, you just don't know what team's gonna, what team shows up and which team doesn't. I think, um, uh, really, wow. You would think that what I've noticed is I think the better teams almost play down to the other teams, and then therefore sometimes they get beat. Um, it's just been real interesting this year. We thought Philadelphia, hey, would roll over people, being the Super Bowl champions, but yet they haven't. Kansas City, who would have guessed they'd have the record that they do? They're 6-6. Um, let's see. The Rams take on the Cardinals. That, I mean, shouldn't be a good game. Broncos take on the Raiders. That shouldn't be a good game either. But yeah, you're right. There's a couple of really good games. What's the Monday night game? Eagles versus Chargers, in LA on Monday night.
And we just had the word come out about 2 hours ago that Jalen Carter had a procedure and he has to miss the game on Monday for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that. Um, let's see. And they say J.J. McCarthy has returned to the lineup for Minnesota, after his injury absence to resume his much delayed development with a better perspective on how to handle the most difficult job. So, and they're saying that they've reset. Kevin O'Connell um, has at least temporarily revised his expectation and strategy. The weekly game plan needs to include fewer plays, he decided, for the sake of the entire offense, not just the 22-year-old quarterback. Um, so they've been working on with McCarthy, um, a lot. So, yep, Carter is week to week. Um, then you were talking to me about Slay.
Yeah, Slay. He was waived by the Steelers, picked up on the by the Bills yesterday off of waivers, and today he announces he's contemplating retirement. I guess he went on some rant on social media about being picked up by the Bills, and I think it's because he doesn't want to be a part of that defense that can't stop anybody right now. They're not creating pressures. Joey Bosa, I believe, just got hurt, so he's out this week. So that means it's going to be depending on AJ Epinesa, who's been fine in rotation, but as a starter, he has not been good for Buffalo. Gregory Rousseau is good, but he's only good because Bosa has been better than him. It's kind of like I've been saying this for ever since Hutch got his pay, and what we were talking about prior to the lack of pressure by the other front players next to Hutchinson. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like we have a Rashawn Gary on the opposite side like you do with Parsons. And it's the same if you look at Miles Garrett. He's got a young guy creating pressure on the opposite side of him. And the difference is that Aiden Hutchinson plays 94% of the snaps. All the other elite pass rushers that everybody compares them to, do you know how much they play a game? They he has to be getting gas.
Mhm. Wow.
And it
Um,
looks like
there are some milestones that can happen this week end or before the end of the season. So there's a couple of things. Christian McCaffrey is one of only 3 players in NFL history to collect 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in the same season. He
mhm.
accomplished that with the Carolina Panthers in 2019 to join Roger Craig of 85 and Marshall Faulk in 98. He now needs 151 yards on the ground and 194 receiving in the 4 games yet to be played to become the first ever to record multiple 1,000 seasons. Devontae Adams, the race for the most receiving touchdowns in the NFL this season is all but wrapped up. Devontae Adams, 14 touchdown receptions, represent a big lead over Amon-Ra St. Brown, who ranks second with 9, but is expected to miss time due to the ankle injury. Another couple things. Uh, let's see. Stafford's special season. As Matthew Stafford seeks the first MVP trophy of his career, he'll likely continue moving up the NFL's all-time passing yard list. The Los Angeles Rams star just passed Matt Ryan and is now 8th with 62,882 career passing yards. The 37-year-old is only 558 yards behind Philip Rivers with 63,440, who is 7th. Even Ben Roethlisberger's 64,088, number 6, isn't that far ahead. If Stafford maintains his 2025 average of 256 passing yards per game, he'll continue through 17th pro campaign with 64,162. Here's the one that I don't think will happen, but he has an outside chance. Aaron Rodgers didn't throw any touchdowns Sunday in his return from injury and still ranks 4th all time with 522 career touchdown passes. The 41-year-old is 17 touchdown passes behind Peyton Manning, who's 3rd on the all-time list behind Tom Brady and Drew Brees. So Brady has 649 touchdowns, Brees 571, Manning 539, Rodgers 522. So the question will be, will he? Because let's face it, this is probably going to be Rodgers' last year. I don't see him necessarily coming back, but can he catch Manning yet this year? Depends on how the Steelers' O-line can hold out for him and if his receivers will catch the ball. This season, Myles Garrett has already become the first player in NFL history with 12 plus sacks in 6 straight campaigns. He's passed Reggie White for the most sacks before the age of 30. Now the Cleveland Browns superstar, who's racked up 19 sacks in 12 games, is expected to shatter Michael Strahan's and TJ Watt's single-season sack records. They each posted campaigns with 22 and a half sacks, with Strahan doing so in 2001 and Watt in 21. Garrett is on pace to finish the season with 27 sacks. That'd be quite an accomplishment.
It would. I
Um,
think he can hit 30 if he keeps going the rate he's going for Myles Garrett. And let's not forget, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, who has
mhm.
44 touchdowns before this game. He already has 1. That puts him only 2 away from tying Barry Sanders as the most touchdowns from scrimmage as a player under the age of 24. He's
Wow.
reaching elite status.
Mhm.
He scored his 45th one tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Right now the score in your game is what's the score?
27-19. They scored a
27.
field goal.
2:49 left in the third. Okay.
Long game yet. We need the offense to not sputter this drive. And they
So
had a 4th down conversion in this one.
Yeah. You guys go for it so much on fourth down. And sometimes I think it's good. And sometimes
And,
it's like,
and guess what? We haven't done this game at all.
what?
Go for it on fourth down. We took the points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the
Sometimes you have
game
to do
plan
that.
so far. Yeah, yes, 100%.
I get it. There are times when, yeah, you want to push the envelope, but you guys have been struggling with it lately. And it's like, okay, well, you need to take the points. And I get Dan Campbell, you like to gamble and kind of you've kind of set the tone for everybody else. So some of them are now gambling a little bit more, I would say. But uh sometimes you just need to take the points because you need to make sure you get the win. So uh staying ahead at this point. Well, Jeremy, the
Yes.
regular season for college football is done. It's championship weekend now. And then they're going to do this college football playoffs. And there's been all kinds of talk. This has been a kind of a crazy season. I will say Scott and I have actually covered 12 college football games in person this season. So we have been extremely busy. Out of those 12 games, I think this is the weirdest thing. 3 of the coaches that coached in a game that we were at the next day no longer coached for that team. So we were there to see FAU play UAB, Trent Dilfer in coaching the game, out the next day. We were there to see FAU against UConn. Jim Mora was the coach for UConn at the game. Next day, he left. Last weekend, we were at USF. We saw USF beat Rice. Alex Golish was in the game. He was at the press conference afterwards. And then all of a sudden, bam, he was out. So we've seen a lot, and we're seeing a lot more college coaches make a carousel going around now. The latest I've heard is Florida's ex-coach Billy Napier. As we all know, he got fired from Florida. He is now finalizing, I heard, a 5-year deal with James Madison. Um, he,
Wow.
yeah, um, he's replacing Bob Chesney, who reportedly is leaving for UCLA's head coaching job.
And congrats to him.
Yeah.
And Frank Wright's done an admirable job with them, but I didn't think he was a fit.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrew Luck being the GM of that Stanford. Woo, woo.
Yep.
They're going to have a little bit of a
I agree. Kansas State hires Texas A&M's offensive coordinator Colin Klein as their next head coach. He receives a 5-year contract. Penn State eyes Iowa State's Campbell in coaching search. Um, it just is kind of crazy how many people are moving here and there, and then we we had the. So here's the one thing I'm going to say about all of this college stuff. NC2A, you need to get your calendar straight because honestly, you were doing a disservice to all of these coaches and players. Now, I feel bad that a coach, if they want the next position, they're taking it now and they can't finish the season. And what I mean by that, in all fairness, and I'm not saying Lane Kiffin, but we shouldn't be blaming him because he wanted the next role. But he's no longer eligible. They're not going to let him coach. They're going to the CFP, and there's a chance they could go all the way, and he won't be able to coach the guys he recruited, and that's where I think it's wrong. I think CFP. I think they have to. NC2A has to change that calendar after you're done with
right.
the national championship. Then that's when you can start opening, and then they're opening the recruiting. And I know that that's a whole month away, but in realistically, it's not fair to the players that he recruited that he can't coach. But yet, I get if he's saying he's already going to go on to the next job, but it's just wrong. So
So,
we have
I
Manny here. How
yeah, I know.
realistic?
I was just trying to find that game lineup, and I haven't seen it yet. When is that supposed to happen?
Well, I don't. They're not playing each other. They're not. I think he's thinking maybe in
The
a bowl
ACC title
game.
game? Wait, no, they're
Well,
SEC. Vandy is in Miami versus Vandy. Are you talking about in the playoffs? Because you have to be specific what you're talking about here. Because right now, until the conference championships are played, they can't really set that bracket. The brackets are not set until after the conference championships are done.
well, and right now Miami's out. Miami's out looking in. That they have to have some things happen in order for them to get in. Um, there's there's a lot of people that are disagreeing with that. There because but it depends on who wins because they have to have so many um, people that actually win depending on. It'll be interesting. CFP has quite the undertaking. Because right now Texas is outside the 12 man field, and right now the top 12: Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Alabama, Notre Dame, BYU, and Miami. While BYU and Miami are both in the top 12, those two programs would drop out to satisfy the requirement that the 5 highest ranked conference champions are selected. So that's where it's going to get difficult because Miami could be out looking in with a 10-2 record. Um, and that means Notre Dame could be in. And Notre Dame has that's where that gets really complicated because Miami and Notre Dame have the same exact record, and Miami beat Notre Dame. So the question is what do you hold more valuable? Do you look at their strength of schedule? Do you look at their common opponents? Oh, and I see Adam is joining us. Hello, Mr. Adam.
Hey,
What's happening? How we doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm exhausted.
I bet. How are things at FedEx? Are you
Nah.
since the Postmaster General is the president of FedEx? Do you hope they join
Eh,
up? So you guys can call each other Fed Up?
well, we don't even talk to each other usually. Hold on,
I
I'm
just had
sharing
to
this.
throw that in.
I'm
It's
sharing
funny.
this. Hold
Yeah,
on.
share it.
So how are we all doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, his Lions are winning. He's doing good. So, no, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Oh, just had
We're
a
talking
penalty.
college football right now.
Yeah, and he asked the question about the realism of Miami versus Vandy, and I think he meant either in the playoffs. I don't know, but James Madison Duke gets to play tomorrow. Is the new coach going to be there?
Well, Napier, we talked about Napier taking James Madison. Um, I don't know that he'd be there that quick because I don't, I don't know if did they officially announce it that he signed. He's finalizing the contract. That was 5 hours ago. So, the Dukes are expected to announce Napier's arrival on Saturday. So, um, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because tomorrow night at 7 p.m. it's Troy Trojans 8-4 versus James Madison Dukes, who are 11-1. Now he's the coach there because you said Chesney went to UCLA, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure I had that cleared up.
Napier will replace Bob Chesney, who reportedly leaving for UCLA's head coaching job. So whether I don't know if they've officially announced it or not. So, but yeah, the coaching carousel goes round and round. I do have to say, I'm kind of glad. I like to see sometimes when they elevate from within. So UAB is actually elevating interim Alex Mortensen to full-time coach. So they have announced that.
I'm very off on my college football.
That's okay. There's been a lot of movement, especially with the coaches. So I was saying, Adam, I let out the segment and saying Scott and I have been to 12 college football games this fall, of which 3 of the games, one of the coaches that was coaching Saturday night was no longer coaching the same team on Sunday. So, and the most recent was this last weekend. We were at USF with Alex Golish leaving. And you saw the writing on the wall at the press conference after the game when a coach starts talking about the process and the 3 years he's been there. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's on his way out. They even asked him in the press conference, and of course he didn't confirm anything, but and then we were kind of talking a little bit about CFP and do we think Miami will make it in or not? And
they need a lot of help.
They do.
What would be funny is there's only one team I think that could upset the number 1 team in the nation right now. And we all know who it is. It's OSU, right? That's the number 1 team in the nation?
Yep.
And they have to play them this weekend, right? Or is it next week for the Big Ten championship?
Who?
Indiana.
No, it's this weekend. They play Saturday night at 8 p.m. Indiana at Ohio State. And they're both 12-0.
Wait, this game's at Ohio State?
No, it's actually in Lucas Oil Field for the Big Ten championship.
You're right.
Should be at Lucas.
It is.
Yep. So it's a neutral site.
But how far
technically, Indianapolis.
How far is Indiana from Indiana? I don't know where Indiana is. It in
Indiana? It's in Indiana. Indianapolis is coming from Fort Wayne down the road right there.
Yeah.
No, just remember, it's only across 70 if you're coming from Ohio State.
Right. The 70-80 toll road.
Yep. Yeah, no, on Saturday you have Miami of Ohio versus Western Michigan for the MAC championship. You have BYU and Texas Tech for the Big 12 championship. You have Georgia and Alabama for the SEC championship. We just talked about Indiana versus Ohio State for the Big 10 championship. And then we have Duke versus Virginia for the ACC championship, which is kind of crazy because Duke is 7-5 and they're playing for the championship, but it is what it is.
And just throw to Isaac Tesla all day, baby. Right, Jeremy?
Yep.
Me and Jeremy, we talked big time on this kid all preseason, and then they stopped using him. They stopped using him.
Not since last week. Have you seen what he's done in the last couple of weeks?
He got 4 touchdowns now.
Yep, I brought that up earlier. It's crazy with only getting 18 snaps a game on average that he has 9 targets, 7 catches, and 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That boggles my mind.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Looks like Bates just kicked another field goal too.
He did a 46-yard one. So they're up 30-19.
My kicker's gonna be worth like 30 points this week.
So, Adam, how do you think your team's going to do on Sunday?
I'm loving this. Go Ravens, baby.
Yeah, but it looking like Lamar Jackson may be out. And on your side, it's Mason Rudolph. So it's battle of the backup.
Aaron Rodgers was a full participant today.
Oh, was he today? Because yesterday they were talking about it on another Steelers podcast.
And just remember, Lamar Jackson's been doing this every week, and then he plays on Sunday. So until like anything really comes out, Jeremy, I'm not doubting this. I mean, Lamar Jackson didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday last week. Still came out and played a great game.
If he plays like he did last weekend, you guys will win by 2 scores.
So Manny is back in the. So he had said how realistic was Miami versus Vandy, and then he said the rumor was Miami versus Vandy would play a 13th game for a bid in the playoffs through NCAA to a loophole where game must be played in Hawaii or Alaska. Is there real traction to this, or just a wild rumor? I'd say it's just a wild rumor.
A wild rumor. It sounds like a wild rumor, Manny. I was trying to get you to expand on it because I didn't know what you were talking about. I have not heard about that 13th game rule ever, and about it being played in Alaska or Hawaii. There's actually schools in those states.
Right.
There's the University of Alaska and the University of Hawaii. So
rainbows.
Oh, now that you talk about rainbow, you just triggered my memory, Adam. There was a
good or bad.
There is a meme on Facebook about Lane Kiffin has now done the rainbow of teams because he's coached for a team for each of the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's funny. You just triggered that. Sorry, had to go there.
I don't. I kind of want NCAA to not go after these big coaches till after the playoffs is over. And I understand that it kicks into recruitment time and it kicks into all that. But at the same time, like you're taking Lane Kiffin, all of a sudden, he's taking his Ole Miss to the playoffs. And they haven't won a championship since, I believe,
60?
JFK was in office.
Yeah, 1962. If I remember, 63 was when he was assassinated, so he couldn't have been in office.
I thought that's what I saw.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It's 1962 is the last time Mississippi State won a national.
And that makes you think, like, why? I don't know. I think the roles need changed.
We were talking about that earlier too. I said that the calendar.
Late to the show. See what happens. I miss all the shit.
You miss all that, but hey, yeah, no. I said the calendar needs to be changed because there's no. I feel bad for the players that were recruited by Lane that they play for, and now all of a sudden, and I get now that he's got it. I mean, let's face it. We all want the best job we can have. So I don't begrudge him for thinking that this next job is his best job and he wanted to go after it and he went after it and he got it. Kudos to him because
his salary could be through the roof if he wins a national title.
Right.
And they also gave him $25 million for the nil.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely
so I don't begrudge
insane.
him at all. But they have National Signing Day was this week too. So you got to push all of that back a little bit. Let the kids play the games. Let them have their championships. Let them have their bowl games, and then do all of this. Because we've said there. I mean, if the coach goes, now you're going to enter the transfer portal, and you might not even be able to play in the game.
I mean, these kids don't graduate till May anyway.
Right. Exactly.
May, June, whatever. I don't know. It seems like graduation's moved up all the time.
Well, you want to know what I'm happy about right now?
The Lions are winning.
And it's not just what that they're winning. It's how they're winning. I said that they had to play more
Cowboys just
zone
scored a
than man.
touchdown.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who
But I
got
did.
it.
27.
Guys, it hasn't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it finally did it.
Ryan Florney. Or Florney, whatever.
That
Yeah,
guy's
I mean,
had Flor. They've been saying
That
it
guy's
Florney or Flarney or
that guy
whatever. He's been
that guy's
having a game.
that guy's coming on lately. He was a high recruited rookie.
mm-hmm.
So,
But now
anyways, they've
go
been
ahead, Trent.
playing
Sorry.
more zone than man, and they've been getting pressure from other places, which has allowed Hutch to get pressure. It's been faster on Dak, which has allowed all this to happen. I hope we're not going to that soft zone defense right now. And you know what I'm talking about, where they're not blitzing and they're not attacking. Because if they're getting complacent because they had the 2-score lead with it to 30-19, this is going to make it a lot closer to need. But I did say take the points. And I'm hoping it stays where it's at because I did predict a 30-24 win in my article.
It's 30-27. They got the 2-point conversion.
Oh, they got a 2-pointer too. So now we got they're
Now
in the
it's a
fourth quarter.
now 3-point game. 9:50 left.
Yep.
So we need to run the ball and we need to run it effectively and utilize the play action and crossing routes and keep the ball inbound. Drain the clock.
Yep. I
Hey, what's
agree.
crazy is Gibbs and Monty have both split carries equally. 6 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown for Monty, 7 carries for 77 yards for Gibbs. And he has a receiving touchdown tonight.
No, Gibbs has a rushing touchdown.
How come it doesn't say it on here? I'm on the MSN thing and it's not giving him a touchdown.
Montgomery has a rushing touchdown too. That run apparently was nice. I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, it was a 29-yarder.
I thought it was 35.
It was a rushed up the middle for 35. Yes, Montgomery.
Okay.
Gibbs rushed up the middle for 1 yard, so he has a rushing touchdown, and Montgomery both.
I think it's funny. Tesla only has 2 catches and one's a touchdown.
Right, and 20 yards. And one of them is the 12-yard touchdown pass. Love it.
They lucked out. They lucked out. I didn't see it, but on the radio call, they were saying how it was a little bit questionable on the other penalty that was Pickens got the interference on him, and then I don't know, the other call was questionable.
Oh,
but
it wasn't. There was nothing questionable about it. Ferguson put his hand so far up Aiden Hutchinson's face mask that if he put it any further, he'd pull out chunks of his dinner.
I didn't see it. I just listened to the radio.
I know. They said it was questionable. It wasn't questionable at all. And then Pickens did one where he grabbed Rock Yasin and
We have a game here tonight. Yep.
yeah, that must be Ken Doby. I see the Chicago Bears helmet.
The Cowboys need this game a lot because if they lose, their playoff chances go to 10%.
And if we lose, it goes to 29% for us. So, yes, we both need this game. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, I want to see George Pickens flourish, all right? Because
I don't.
The Steelers let him go.
Shush!
Because the Steelers let him go. He already has more receiving yards than all the receivers combined. And it's because Tomlin can't coach.
Do you think Tomlin will leave the Steelers? And there was a rumor that going to Penn State?
Don't ruin my day like that.
Oh, that would be great.
It'd be awful. I hope they trade him for a number 1 pick.
Oh, that's because, okay, I see what it is now. Gibbs only has 7 carries, but he has 14 yards and a touchdown, but he has 7 receptions for 77 yards, too.
Yeah, his receiving numbers are good tonight.
So that means my fantasy team must be doing pretty good.
How was that? Jeremy, are you watching the game or no? I was just curious.
I can't watch it while I'm here because it's in another room and I have to shut the door. Otherwise,
I was just curious if Bland ripped that ball out of Pickens' hands, or did it just like fall out and the interception happened?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I had an error on mine, so
So we've had an
I was
interception, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery tonight.
Jack Campbell was having a very nice game tonight,
Yes, he is.
and he's on my bench.
and any word on CD Lamb? Like I know he went out down with an injury, so I was just curious. Wonder if anybody's heard anything on CD.
CD is out. I don't know why.
Well, I thought Bates was going out. He went to the locker room before halftime, but he came back out and kicked that kick before.
Yeah, he got up and walked off the field. He got pushed into. Jack Campbell or one of the guys was tackling somebody from behind on a kick return and Turbin, and they hit into him pretty hard. Yep, he suffered a concussion. He's out for the week.
Who's CD?
Yep.
CD, yep. Mm-hmm.
Ken the Bear guy going undercover tonight, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I thought when he went down, when they came up, that
Jamo had a 7-yard carry so far, 6 receptions out of 8 targets for 67 yards. That's nice.
hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, good roughing the passer on Goff.
why was Luka Doncic out tonight? I didn't see it. All I saw was Luka was out.
Gibbs has 22.3 points in fantasy already tonight.
What, tonight?
Tonight. Because of the point per reception rule in 77 yards. And a tutty, of course.
So what's happening in the NBA? Like, why all of a sudden, like Chris Paul all of a sudden is let go? That was kind of weird. Dismissed.
Yeah, Chris Paul, it's a weird one with him. I don't.
Came up in the gambling thing, and they just let him go before hell breaks loose.
It could be.
Touchdown Gibbs. 10 yards. Booyah to the house.
Yep.
That's Gibbs. That's my running back in my one fantasy league.
Yeah, I know. I got him too. That's going to make him have like 26 some points. 29.6. 10 carries, 29 yards, 2 tutties.
29 points?
29.6. During the Giants, he had the highest score of any running back I ever seen at 55.4, with 219 yards on the ground and 44 yards through the air on 4 receptions and 3 tutties. 36-27.
Base is worth 13 points, Jeremy, as a kicker.
I know. I got him too.
I have 2 guys. I'm at 42 points already. I have Gibbs and a kicker, and I'm at 42 points. 2 guys.
Goff is 24 of 33, so that's.
I need to win in this league so bad. I need to win tonight, and not tonight, but I mean, I need to win. I'll be 5 of 6 if I win tonight or this week.
Nice.
Tesla has 10 points. He's got two catches, 3 targets, 20 yards, and a tutty.
Now, Candy, do you do fantasy football?
I used to. I haven't done it in a couple of years, but I used to do it all the time.
I'm down to 6. I'm down to 6, and that's like my max.
Yeah. One year I did 3, and one of them was a couple years ago. It was with a radio station. Kind of funny. It was a radio station up in Milwaukee, and they did it. They wanted female people for the league, so that was kind of funny.
The only Lions I have starting in the one fantasy league is Jake Bates in the Lions defense. I have 24 points between them. for a kicker and a defense combined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
but the year that we used to do it in the family, but the year that my sister, who doesn't watch football, doesn't know much at all about football, beat my husband, we decided to. It was we we always went with an auto draft because they didn't know a lot about the teams. So yeah, auto draft. If you get the right people, it's kind of hard to overcome that. But
Wait, the whole league was auto draft?
yeah, the whole league was auto drafted.
That's oh my god! How that's like a mystery in a box.
Exactly.
I mean,
So,
you could count out your whole team if you really wanted to.
yep.
Since JJ is starting this week, who do I drop on my team? I have TJ Hawkinson or
Wait,
Jackson
JJ
Dart.
McCarthy's starting this week? Is that what you just said?
So JJ McCarthy is starting this week.
Oh my god. Okay. They're bad.
I'm dropping TJ Hawkinson for John Mechie, and I'm going to start him instead of Justin Jefferson because I'll probably get more points.
What other tight ends are out there?
No, I dropped. I already got Tyler Warren on this team. I don't need a better tight end. I'm saying I dropped TJ Hawkinson. I dropped TJ Hawkinson so I could grab John Mechie and start John Mechie over Jay Jettas. Hey, JJ is the future. Yeah, you know what? The last two rookie, since this is his first year starting, I'm going to call him a rookie. The last two starts, this is an amazing stat. If they'd have spiked the ball every play, they'd have got a 36.9 QBR. You know what their QBR was for these two games? Both of these quarterbacks?
28.
32.8. So in other words, they'd have been better off throwing the ball at the ground every play and stopping the clock than trying to complete passes.
That Max got a raw deal. He was up against that top tier Seattle's defense.
I don't care. Oh no, Baki just got hurt for the Lions.
I mean, I thought it was funny. Like everyone was like loving Shedeur Sanders against the Raiders. Then he gets his ass whooped by the Niners, and no one says one damn word.
Oh, I got told he had an okay game. I said, what? How? He threw a touchdown and nothing else. He got sacked 4 more times.
He's not very good. People praised him. It's Colorado, 13-12, 0-2 in bowl games. What? I don't understand the hype. I mean, is the media scared to say this guy sucks because they might miss an interview with Deion Sanders coming on your show because you're praising his kid or you're bashing his kid, and all of a sudden he says no to come on the show? Is that why they're like kissing this dude's ass? I'm just curious. Like, that is my only reason.
Mm-hmm.
If they bash Shedeur, Deion's not going to ever come on their show or be a guest. That is my only. Huh?
I don't care. I say it like it is. He's trash.
I do too, and he's not very good.
No, he's not.
No, he's not trash. You know what he is? He's a rookie QB that really didn't get a lot of snaps, and he came in late, and he's done below average. That's what he is.
It's gotten so bad. Deshaun Watson's 21 window day opened today.
I know.
Is he going to start? What do you think? Is he going to start?
It would be funny if he starts because every start that he's had for the Cleveland Browns has been absolute shapoopoo.
It's awful.
I wouldn't be surprised though.
Because they haven't done much better with Dylan Gabriel, who's hurt.
Correct.
And they haven't done better with Shedeur Sanders. They beat the Raiders because it was the Raiders. I said that, and it was more
Right, everyone was praising that game.
Shedeur.
Everyone was so excited.
I didn't.
I didn't either. I thought the Raiders were going to win that game. I would have been wrong on your show for sure.
No, I said that the Browns would win because it's the Raiders. I did. I trust the Browns defense more than the Raiders defense. That's what it was.
Well, if the
And
Browns are going to win, this is the week they're going to win because they play the Titans. I mean,
right.
after this, they play the Bears, the Bills, the Steelers, and then the Bengals. So this
Dude,
is,
they might beat the Steelers.
The defense is better. I would be surprised if he gets activated. I don't doubt he would. I'm sorry, at this point, as bad as all these quarterbacks have played for Cleveland this year, other than Joe Flacco, which they traded away,
right.
stupidest move they could have did. Because he had one bad game, they traded him away.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it'd be funny to see Myles Garrett break the sack record against TJ Watt.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to get that way before.
Ken the Bear fan, if you ever want to be on this show one night, let me know ahead of time because we will let you be on here to talk.
I was going to say, well, we only got 3 of us. Just see if Ken wants to come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're almost done. I think we're to the point where we're going to be doing My Town shortly, correct?
I'm not very good on this one tonight, guys, just to let you know. I looked at
it you can talk about whatever you want. What's the status of your Steelers? Who's hurt?
I was going to go with the Otavio trade to Boston. It just happened about, 6 hours ago? For our Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know who they got. They say they got a power bat, top 100 prospect in this thing. I thought for sure Mitch Keller was going to go to Boston, but they took Otavia instead. There was 2 other guys too, but I really don't remember their names either. So I don't know if it's a good trade or bad trade, but I got to see Hohan pitch, and I liked him whenever I saw him pitch.
Johan and Tyler and Adonis, and Pittsburgh receives outfielder Yost Nixon Garcia and Jesus Traverso. I don't know. I'm not very good with pronouncing names, but
all I know is the one is a top 100 prospect. That's all I know. I don't know anything. Our USL champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, brought home the championship. I'm glad I got to see one of the games anyway. I was out there live. That was pretty cool. First trophy in a long time in this state.
Mm-hmm.
Penguins, they still got 3 games in hand on most teams. They did fall. I want to say they're 6th in the Metro now, 6 or 5. Steelers, when you boo Renegade and you get a Fire Tomlin chant across the board at a Steeler game and everyone leaves at the 3rd quarter, there is
that is Adam's son. Yeah, that's Adam's son that just popped in there.
What's up, Josh? When you start booing Renegade, that's bad because that's tradition. I don't know if the owners are going to listen or not, but it's time for a change. I mean, the Penguins fired Johnson in the middle of the season, brought in this guy by the name of Sullivan, who changed just little stuff in the philosophy that Johnson couldn't figure out. All of a sudden, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that would happen here, but I just think a change would do this team good.
I hear you.
Hutch is getting gassed. They just had another big play to Flournoy, and they are now 2nd and 3 from the Detroit 11.
Jeremy, what's happening in your town?
Got a barn burner, baby.
We got the Pistons in first place in the East by a slim margin after they lost last night to the Bucks. Your Milwaukee Bucks
are doing awful.
Without Antetokounmpo, whatever the Greek's name is.
Antetokounmpo, yeah.
Yeah, without him playing, and they beat us by 3 when we were leading at the end of the first quarter, 27-5. How do you lose this game?
It's
And the
basketball.
Bucks are awful this year. They're 11th place. Andy DeCampo went down with a calf injury. He's out now again for 2 weeks. And
Lillard's
now
been out for you, right?
they're
Or is
they're back
Lane
to
gone?
talking about putting him on the trade block and what they're discussing his future because yeah, they realize that they're not going to get a championship, and so he wants to get a
Lakers.
championship before he goes to work, before he retires from NBA and goes to Greece. So
Right. No,
Lakers.
as often as he's hurt, you can't blame him.
lately, yeah.
So tonight's games are all final already in the NBA. We had the Timberwolves beat the Pelicans. That's no surprise. We had, wow, the Jazz beat the Brooklyn Nets. We had the Celtics beat the Wizards. And the Lakers eke out a win versus the Raptors. And the 76ers beat the Warriors, who are 11-12 this year.
Yep.
I am so sore.
Anything else happening in your town, Jeremy?
Oh, the Red Wings have been doing well. The Lions have an outside shot of making the playoffs, but it's all offensive PI. Huge.
So is it a replay? Did he catch it or?
No, they're waving it off. Offensive PI means it doesn't happen. Oh, Branch is down, though. That's not good.
No, that's not good for you at all.
No, not with Kirby just starting to practice again, and he wasn't able to play today. Ooh.
So your defensive backs are going to be running thin?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've been running thin. I don't know where you... Terrion Arnold's out for the season. He required season-ending shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
That made it an automatic first down with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. 4th and 3 on the 11. And we declined it because we stopped them. I would have taken it. Aubrey's coming in to kick again. To get it with it. This is where Dallas is screwing up. They're bringing in Aubrey to kick. Down 10.
Back 7.
They're going to give the ball back to Detroit, or they're going to go for an onside kick and give us a short field. That's a mistake.
Tonight he's kicked a 57, 55, and a 63-yard field goal, though.
Who, Aubrey?
Oh, I know.
Yep.
I know what he's done.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you done, Jeremy, with your time?
Well, anyways, I was trying to get to everything else. Well, let me get the standings in each one. In the Eastern Conference, Pistons are 17-5. In hockey, the Red Wings are currently in 4th at 14-11 with 3 overtime losses and 31 points total, which actually is weird because the Ottawa Senators have 30. I thought it was supposed to go by points, but either way, we're still we're tied for 3rd technically because the Boston Bruins have 32 points as well. Yep, they took the point, made it a 7-point game.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I can't complain. We win this game tonight.
Well, I know Ken's rooting for the Cowboys tonight.
No, not really. He said, I want Detroit to win, but I'm not picking him to win this week. So thank you, Ken, for giving the Cowboys the kiss of death. Because every time you do this, the Lions pull it out.
Pick your poison, Kenneth. Pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
Keep picking the other team, sir. Pick them all the time.
Anything else, Jeremy, or is that it for your town then?
If we win this game, we have a 55% chance of making the playoffs. And I talked about this at the beginning and before you got here, Adam. If the
What's that?
Cowboys won, they go to 39%. If they lose, they go to 9%.
That blows me away.
And whereas we're Detroit, who has one more win at 7-5, if they'd have lost, they would have dropped to a 29% chance to win. But with the win, they go to a 55% chance to be in the playoffs.
Really?
I think it's because we play you at home and we play Minnesota on the road yet.
Why are you picking your easy games first?
Because I don't want to pick that game in between the Steelers and this one.
I'm sorry, this team is bad. Like, we have all these high payroll guys that. When do you make your payroll in the NFL? When your career's almost over and all you are is a big time name.
But 3:42 with the timeout, they're going to be kicking the ball off sooner. Probably going. I would go for the onside kick myself, but they're probably thinking, "Oh, we got over 2 minutes. We can stop them because we have all 3 timeouts and they only have 2."
I can stop them.
They haven't done that much all game. They didn't start really scoring touchdowns until the second half.
Copy.
We've scored a touchdown every quarter so far. And we just missed out on getting a perfect 10 for all 4 quarters by not getting a chance to do a field goal in the third.
You should be writing this down, Jeremy. That way you have good mental notes for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I'll be writing my article shortly. Andy knows that I always have it in within an hour after the game anymore.
That's good.
Yep. As far as my town, there's not a lot to talk about except the Packers are playing the Bears at home, Lambeau. It's going to be a cold game. They're saying 20 degrees, 10 to
that return.
10,
he said a good.
Go ahead.
He said when he said it was a good return, they did a regular kick and we returned it to the 49-yard line. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I see that.
The Titans. The Cowgirls have a good defense. They're just not playing like it tonight because we actually are playing to our strength.
Mm-hmm.
That would be what I would consider it. I mean, Dak Prescott has thrown for 330 yards.
Ryan Branch, they are carting off, just so you know.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy, that's huge.
Just so you know, they just had him on a cart wheeling him to the locker room. So
that's huge. Sorry, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Especially seeing.
Okay, guys, with that, I mean, I think we've talked about everything. Why don't we go around and just tell everybody how they can find you? I'm going to start because I haven't done that yet. So let me do that. My husband wrote a book, Lessons from the Microphone, Tuning into the Enduring Wisdom of Visionary Leaders. It's written by my husband, Scott Morganroth, talks about his 40 plus years in the media business. If you know anybody that wants to get into the business, this is a good gift idea for the holidays. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Google, and Apple Books. There's also a link on our website, www.southfloridatribune.com, where there is a plethora of great content, including Jeremy's writing and all kinds of other things. Look, even Jeremy's got one of the books. Go get your copy today. If you like to listen to podcasts, you can find us wherever you get podcasts. If you want to advertise or be on a show, you can always email us at southfloridatribune@gmail.com. Most importantly, if you see that red subscribe button in that lower right-hand corner, click it like a share us. We're trying to get to 1 million views by the end of the year, so help us get there. And other than that, I would ask you to also go on everybody that's on our channel. A lot of them have their own channels. Please also go subscribe to them too. With that being said, Adam, tell people how they can find you.
I just want to say, like, I'm trying to stretch a lot, and it looks like I'm ready to crash. But I'm just trying to crack my back. Really, that's what I'm trying to do here. Because like jumping up and down out of that damn truck all day just absolutely kills you. And it's 19 degrees here. I don't know. Jeremy, I got a question. You weren't out trying to surf on that lake out, were you? Like those guys were in um, Lake Superior.
No.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Them guys were out there surfing that.
No, thank you.
It looked bad. It looked bad. It looked really. It looked like a good time. But I don't know how to surf, so I wouldn't be able to do it. So, but anyway, I know I got here late, guys. Work's been kicking my behind the last. I haven't even done any of my shows, Candy. So I'm on your channel before I even go on my own.
I appreciate that.
I haven't been
So
there.
the play was upheld, and Dallas lost a timeout. It is 1st and 10 on the Dallas 13.
Give me
Gibbs
another
touchdown.
Gibbs. Was it Gibbs?
Gibbs touchdown.
And that breaks the record, Jeremy.
No, that ties it at 47.
Oh, I thought they said he had 45 earlier, and then that would have been three.
No, he had 44 coming into the game. He didn't get a touchdown last week versus
And that's a
Green Bay.
touchdown game, so he ties.
He ties Barry Sanders with this game at 47.
I would have liked to see him break it at home.
You will. You're going to see him set it higher against the Steelers.
Anyway, why do we play in next week?
In 2 weeks. There it is. We got another 40-point game in by Detroit, but everybody says, "Oh, you can't score points."
You can give me a Driving to the Top Productions, guys, on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button. What are we at? We at Twitter at Sports Talking It, guys. Follow me there. And if you're like Jeremy and Kenyon, can both message me out the woo-ha, and I'll never see it on my phone. I don't know why. I had to give Jeremy my phone number today. I had to give Jeremy my phone number today to be like, I can't read any of your text on my phone. So yeah,
weird about the phone stuff.
It has been fun, guys. Like I said, it's my first show, and it feels like a week and a half. And I thank you for having me on, obviously. And Jeremy, go ahead, buddy.
Well, you can find me right here at the South Florida Tribune every Thursday night and occasionally on Tuesdays for Inside the Pigskin. You can also find me on my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, where I am live 6 days a week. I refuse to go live on Sunday, but if I'm ever a guest, I guess I have to. But and you can also find my writings on the SouthFloridaTribune.com. And if you do get the book and you want to see what is said about me, that is from 3 years ago. And it is on page 155. And I believe it is the second profile he put on that page. No, it's the first, because the other one was a continuation from the one before it. Last but not least, I'm going to just say it now the way I love to close the shows out. Mm-hmm. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here within yourself.
Sounds like a good place to end the show. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Have a great weekend. Enjoy championship weekend, and go Pack, go.